Good morning, students. We are discussing computer arithmetic. We learned that signed numbers, uh, in the sense that negative numbers can be represented in three forms: in signed magnitude, signed ones complement, signed twos complement. Signed magnitude means you write the number as it is, and then its sign is denoted as MSB bit with either 0 or 1 depending on its sign. If it is plus, it is 0, and if it is minus, it is 1. Signed 1's complement is inverting all the bits. Signed 2's complement is inverting all the bits and adding 1 to it. Well, we also discussed how the addition and subtraction operations are performed based on the sign of the operands. When we consider plus operation, it is addition, and if both the operands have identical signs, if it is plus a and plus b, these a and b are operands. If both are plus a plus b or minus a minus b, then the operation performed is plus. For plus operation, if one of the operand is negative, in the sense that if both the operands does not have identical operators, if one is minus a and other one is plus b, or plus a and minus b, in such situation you have to perform subtraction. Likewise for subtraction as well. If in between, if you have minus sign and both the operands have identical operators, means signs, identical signs, in the sense that both have plus or both have minus, the operation performed is subtraction. If any one is minus, the other one is plus, the operation performed is addition. Although the sign is subtraction, but the operation performed will be addition. These are the rules that we learned, this one, in this table. And what is the sign of the result? That is based on which operand is greater. If the first operand is greater, it takes the sign of the first operand. Otherwise, it takes the sign of the second operand. The hardware implementation comprises of two registers, one for first operand, another second register for second operand. There are two numbers, A and B. They need to be stored apparently into the registers. So there are two registers, and to denote their sign, AS and BS flip-flop bits are used. Complementer is to generate one's complement of B. And when you add one more one, it gets to 2's complement. It turns out to be 2's complement. When you generate 2's complement of a number, it means you are performing the subtraction operation. To perform the subtraction operation, there are three steps. First one is add the minuend to the 2's complement of subtrahend. And then if there is any carry, discard the carry and take the result. If a carry is generated, the result is in negative form, uh, further take the 2's complement of the result to find the number. Okay, that is the process of subtraction. So that process is implemented through adder by complementing B using a complementer and adding 1 to it to obtain 2's complement. And the output of the addition um, is stored in this addition overflow, and the output that is generated by this adder is stored in E bit, E flip-flop. M is the mode control, mode bit. This one is the hardware for signed magnitude addition and subtraction. Same hardware is used for both. And what will determine uh, the operation of this hardware? This M bit. If M bit is 0, it behaves like a adder, otherwise it operates like a subtractor. Mode bit is like a switch. It controls the operation of this hardware. Uh, Essentially, this only single hardware is used to perform both addition and subtraction. When it is addition, there is no complement performed on B. It is directly given to parallel adder, and mode is 0, and addition operation is done and result is stored back in A. When a subtraction operation has to be performed, B value is inverted through a complementer. If it is 0, it gets 1. If it is 1, it gets 0. And mode supplies a value 1 to this parallel adder, which makes this complement plus 1 2's complement, and then addition is done. Later, the result is stored in A. This is what we learned yesterday. It is a quick recap, and that operation is depicted in this flowchart. This flowchart shows how the addition and subtraction operation is performed in a step-by-step manner. First, subtraction operation is flowing this way, and addition operation is happening in this right side. Subtraction is left side. And then how it is decided what operation is to be performed, whether it should be subtraction or addition, that is based on the sign of the operand. And when both the operands have identical signs, then whatever is the operator in between them, that operation is performed. When both the operand signs are different, uh, whatever is the operation in between is reversed. If it is minus, it would be plus. If it is plus, it would be minus. Subtract operation, there is a minuend and there is a subtrahend stored in A and B registers respectively. Here, in order to determine whether both the operands have a similar sign or different sign, it is using XOR gate. When you use XOR operator would give 0 when both the signs or both the values are same. For 0 0 it would give 0, and for 1 1 also it gives 0. If both are same, this route is followed. It is equal to 0. It means that AS and BS means signs of both the numbers are same. When signs of both the numbers are same, here you are performing subtraction. How do you perform subtraction? It is nothing but add the minuend to the 2's complement of subtrahend. This is 2's complement. When you invert the number and add 1, it generates 2's complement. and here A is minuend, B is subtrahend. 2's complement of subtrahend is added to minuend, which is equal to subtraction operation. Later, if there is any addition overflow bit, that would be stored in AVF flip-flop. Now consider that both the signs of both the numbers are different. In such scenario, the output of this XOR gate would be 1. When the output of XOR gate is 1, the root is taken as to the addition operation. In the addition operation, uh, E is the carry bit flip-flop, A is the uh, accumulator or the register into which the result is stored. EA is equal to A plus B. You are performing the addition operation. Later, after you perform here, when we come back to this similar signs task, here after performing the subtraction operation, E bit is checked. If E bit is 0, what does it mean? It means that A is less than B. A is less than B, you take the complement of A, add 1 to it, and it is generating 2's complement of A, and the sign of the bit is reversed. If it is 0, it becomes 1, and vice versa. If E bit has 1, means if E bit is generating a carry, it would be 1. When it is 1, it is evident that A is greater or equal to B. When A is greater or equal to B, what would be the sign of A? A is first, what is A? If A is not equal to 0, result is in A and AS. If A is equal to 0, then the sign of AS is 0, means positive. If A is 0, here the sign of AS is positive, and otherwise it just store the result in A and AS, and it ends the process. When you talk about addition, augend, augend and addend, these are the two terms given to the two numbers A and B. Augend is in A and addend is in B. When the signs of augend and addend are same, but this XOR would generate 0. When it generates 0, you are performing addition operation. If signs are different, XOR would give a value 1, which would take us to subtraction part. And if there is any carry in E, that would be stored in AVF. This is the flowchart for add and subtract operation. That already we covered, but then it is a recap. Today we would look at addition and subtraction with signed 2's complement data. Two complement data, uh, you know that it is all about inverting the bits and adding 1 to it. If the number is negative, if you have to represent minus 10, then what you do is you take first find its binary representation. So it is 8 plus 2. This is 10. This is invert of 10 and add 1 to it. 0, 1, 1, 0, 4 ones. This one is this the value representing minus 10. Minus 10 is equals to 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, which is 2's complement representation for minus 10. That is what we are going to learn here. Let us look at the hardware configuration. Recall that in the hardware for signed magnitude representation, we had B register, A register, there was one complementer, there was one parallel adder, and then there was E, there was BS, AS, and AVF, and there is mode bit. This was the circuit for addition and subtraction implementation for sign magnitude form. Sign magnitude form means you are giving the number um, as it is, and then based on the mode, you are converting the number into 2's complement. This hardware is for signed 2's complement addition and subtraction. Directly, you are obtaining the 2's complement and providing to the hardware. In this hardware, there are two registers, BR register, AC register, and you have complementer and parallel adder, overflow bit, BR register, AC register. This is the hardware for uh, 2's complement addition and subtraction. And the flow chart is when subtraction operation is performed, minuend is in AC, subtrahend is in BR, and AC equal to AC plus BR complement plus 1. And there is a overflow bit initialized to um, the carry, whatever carry is generated, if there is an overflow. For addition, augend is in AC, addend is in BR, and AC is equals to AC plus BR. This is direct addition. Um, this is addition on 2's complement number. This is addition on normal numbers. And if there is any overflow, that would be saved in a V, which is overflow bit, and end. This is a quite simple flowchart for two signed 2's complement addition and subtraction. All right, let us discuss a little bit of theoretical aspect here. So the signed 2's complement representation of numbers introduced in the leftmost bit of a binary number, the leftmost bit, this one, represent the sign bit, 0 for positive, 1 for negative. If the sign bit is 1, the entire number is represented in 2's complement form. Plus 33 is represented as, this is 33, 32 plus 1, which is equal to 33. In binary form, we are representing as 001, 00, 001. And minus 33 is represented in this form, which is 110 and 11111. And here you note that this is 2's complement of 33 and vice versa. The addition of two numbers in signed 2's complement form consists of adding the numbers with the sign bits treated the same as the other bits of the number. You don't exclude the sign bit. You include the sign bit while performing the operation. consider 4 and 3. 4 and 3. Let us take it is minus 4. To perform minus 4 plus 3. This one you have to perform. To perform this, 3 would be taken as it is. 3 is 0, 0, 1, 1. Minus 4 is represented in 2's complement form. 4 is 0, 1, 0, 0. This is 4. And minus 4 would be 1, 0, 1, 1 plus 1, which is 0 carry 1, 0 carry 1. So this is 1, 1, 0, 0. 1, 1, 0, 0. And you perform addition. So you get here 1, 1, 1, 1. And when you get 1, 1, 1, 1, there is no carry. When there is no carry, you know that this number is in negative form. To convert this into positive, take the 2's complement of it again, which is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0 plus 1. So this is 0, 0, 0, 1. Result is 1. And it is minus 1 in fact. Why minus 1? Because the result, whatever you have obtained, is in 2's complement. If it is in 2's complement, it denotes that it is negative. And there is no carry, it is minus. So minus, it is minus 1. The result is minus 1. When the two numbers of n digits are added, and if there is n plus 1 total number of bits in the sum, then it is said that there is an overflow. When there is an overflow, that bit would be stored in overflow flip-flop. And how do you detect an overflow? By using an XOR gate. In earlier form of addition subtraction, which is signed to magnitude, we saw that we used XOR gate to check whether the signs of both the numbers are same or different. Here, A register is named as AC, which is accumulator, and B register is named as BR in this example. The leftmost bit in AC and BR represent the sign bits. The two sign bits are added or subtracted together with the other bits in the complementer and parallel adder. There is a complement and parallel adder combined. In that, the addition and complement operation takes place. Overflow flip-flop V is set to 1 if there is an overflow. The output carry in this case is discarded. If you get an output, it is discarded. We know that the procedure for addition and subtraction. So that same thing, whatever we learned in theory, is depicted in the form of hardware. We have accumulator register, we have BR register, there is a complementer and parallel adder. Here the numbers are supplied as I explained to you. If you have to perform minus 4 plus 3, you take minus 4 into its complement form, and plus 3 you take as it is and provide to this as input, and this would perform the operation. Students, so far whatever we have learned, is it clear? Or you have any doubts?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? Very good, Pawan. Pawan, have you come to class, on campus class?
No, ma'am. I just waited for one more week.
Okay, okay. So then, students, we have done with the addition and subtraction uh, operation using the computer hardware and also studied the flow chart. Okay, now uh, please do one thing, all of you, for 5 minutes. I'm giving you, and also I'm giving you numbers. Try to execute this flow chart on these numbers. For first case, take -2 plus 3. For second case, take +1 minus -2. For third case, take +2 plus +1. And another case is +2 minus +1. Please perform the whatever operation you have to do. It may be plus or it may be minus depending on the signs. Do that and tell me the result. Now only using book and pen. I'll give you 5 minutes of time. It's 10:30. 10 for 35. You have to give me the answer. All of you. Well, students, I hope everyone have completed. Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
please, please tell me which operation you have performed for this. What is the result?
For first case, subtraction will be done, ma'am.
Very good.
For second and third, addition.
Last one, subtraction.
Uh, and the last one is subtraction.
Very good. What is the result? How did you do? Tell me the procedure. You have identified the operations correctly. Now tell me, how did you do it?
Now first finding
First
the 2's
case,
complement of 2, then
Very
adding
good.
it to 3. We will
Very
get the
good.
result, ma'am. And
What
there
is the
will be
result?
a extra carry, ma'am, B. So we
Very
have to
good.
discard that one.
Right. Next. This one.
Finding the what 2's complement of 2, so that will be minus 2. And again
Okay.
finding the 2's complement of whatever we get from that minus 2 and adding to the 1.
Hmm.
So, so we will get the answer, ma'am, as 3.
Answer is positive or negative?
So it is second one, na? So it
Yeah.
is positive, ma'am.
Answer is plus.
Yes, ma'am.
Plus 3 you got? All of you got plus 3?
yes,
Answer.
ma'am.
What is the value? Tell me what value you got after the operation in
Ma'am,
binary
0,
form.
0,
Hmm?
0, 0, 1, 1.
0, 0, 1, 1. Right. Next for this.
Usual addition, ma'am. Direct addition, ma'am.
Again, what is the result?
0, 0, 1, 1.
Yes, right. So this is plus 3. Here,
Adding 2's complement of 1 to 2.
hmm,
So it is 1. Triple zero one.
it is 0001. Yes, everyone got 0001,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So you all of you understood addition and subtraction on 2's complement form using this flowchart and hardware. Multiplication algorithm is the next type of methods which we'll see in order to perform multiplication. Quickly, again, we'll see in subtraction what are the two numbers called as A and B. In addition, what are the two numbers called as? Now we will look at what the two numbers in multiplication called as. Can anyone tell me? Subtraction,
Minus and
Combined and
subtrahend.
subtrahend,
minus and subtrahend,
augend and addend.
augend and addend. Now for multiplication, it is multiplicand, multiplier. Multiplicand and multiplier. Now, what is the procedure? The procedure is illustrated here with a numerical example. Suppose if 23 into 19 has to be done in binary form, it is done by using the value of the multiplier. If multiplier bit is 1, then multiplicand is copied as it is. If multiplier is 0, then how many bits of multiplicand are there? Those many bits are, those many zeros are put at that place. Multiplicand is not copied, rather the zeros are copied. And the procedure, we have to shift the number. Let us take a multiplication of 12 into 11. So how do you do this? 1 into 2, 2, 1 into 1, 1. Then here you put plus sign and you just shift it to left. Okay. Then the next number is 1 into 2 is 2, 1 into 1 is 1. Later, after you finish doing it with every uh, digit, you perform addition of all. So this would be 2, 3, 1. This is the final product. This is multiplicand, multiplier, and product. And the operation is you take multiplication and you put the value. Here in binary form, how it is done is 23 in binary is 23 means 16 plus 4 is 20 plus 2, 22 plus 1, 23. So this is 10111. So 10111. This is multiplicand 23. And 19 is 16 plus 3. So 0011. 16, 17, 18, 19. So 10011 is multiplier. Now how are you doing this? This one. First bit of multiplier is 1. Therefore, you need to put the multiplicand as it is 10111. Then second bit of multiplier is also 1, and you need to shift, put a plus sign here and 10111. The third and fourth bits of the multiplier are zeros. So twice you have to put 5 zeros. Shift it, put 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at here, these are 5 digit number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 bits in this. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last bit is 1. 1 means 10111. Finally, you have to perform the addition. When you perform the addition, you get from here you get 1, here 1, and here 1 plus 1 plus 0 is 0 carry 1. This is 1 plus 1 is 0. Are we doing it properly? This is 1. 1 plus 1 is okay. There is no place. Let us do it again. This is 1. So 1. This is 1 plus 1 means 0 carry 1. This one is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0. So 1 carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 0 carry 1. Then 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1. So there are 3 ones. 3 ones means 1 and carry 1. Here there are 3 ones. So 1 carry 1. Here there are 2 ones. So 0 carry 1. Here there is single one. So 1 and here is 1. The product is 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. Let us compare it with this 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1. Right. Did you understand this process, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Right. Very good. Let us look at how we do that in hardware. Hardware implementation for signed magnitude data. When multiplication is implemented in digital computer, it is convenient to change the process slightly. And how the process is changed? First, instead of providing registers to store and add simultaneously as binary numbers, there are bits in the multiplier. It is convenient to provide an adder for the summation of only two binary numbers and successively accumulate the partial products. Here, if you observe, what are we doing? First, we are taking the multiplicand values based on the multiplier bits, and later at the end, uh, sum of all the numbers are performed. When you perform multiplication operation in this manner, you require the registers to store these intermediate results. These are all intermediate results. This is first intermediate result, this is second, this is third, fourth, fifth, because there are five bits in the multiplier. You are getting five intermediate results, and finally, when you sum up these five intermediate results, you obtain the product value. If you do the same procedure in the computer by using registers, you have to store in R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. And finally, you have to say accumulator is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4 plus R5. This process is not very efficient. In order to make it efficient, the process has been changed little bit. How it is changed little bit? It is convenient to add every result. These two will get added, then this two will get added, then this two will get added. As you get the intermediate result, that is immediately added. It is not waited until the last product to perform the sum. All right, and how it is done? Okay, that is done. The first step is successively addition operation is performed and accumulate the partial products. These are known as partial products. When you perform addition of these two, it is partial product. Later, when you perform the addition of this two, means this one with this, that is also a partial product. It is not the final product. First step is to obtain the partial product. Second step is, instead of shifting the multiplicand to the left, the partial product is shifted to the right, which results in leaving the partial product and the multiplicand in the required relative positions. Instead of shifting the multiplicand to the left, the partial product is shifted to the right. This partial product PP is shifted to right. This is the second step. The third step is, when the corresponding bit of the multiplier is 0, there is no need to add all zeros to the partial product, since it will not alter its value. Don't add zeros. Consider the operation again here. What is the meaning of putting these zeros? It is just shift is sufficient. If you perform only the shift without adding up zeros, it is adequate to obtain the final product. But then this one is being done as per the multiplication process, which is not required actually. So that can be skipped. Putting zeros and adding, that can be skipped. So don't add zeros to the partial product. Whatever is the value, if you take 10, if you add 0 to 10, it would be 10. If you take 20 and add 0, it would be 20. It does not alter the value. All right, students. Now, multiplication would be performed by following this process, not the process which I explained you, this one. In this process, You take a bit and then you multiply it with the multiplicand, and if it is same, if it is 1, as it is you copy. If it is 0, you just put the zeros correspondingly. All right. Instead of that, what we are doing, you are obtaining the partial products and shifting the partial products to the right, and don't and not adding zeros. Remember these 3 steps. The hardware for multiplication consists of this. This is the hardware for multiplication. These registers together with register A and B are shown in this 10.5. The multiplier is stored in Q register. Multiplier. Q register stores multiplier. Sign bit is stored in QS. Sequence counter is initially set to the number equal to the number of bits in the multiplier. How many times you have to perform multiplication? It depends on the number of bits in the multiplier. If there are 6, 6 times you have to perform. If there are 10, 10 times you have to perform. If there are 2, 2 times you have to perform. So sequence counter is initialized to the number of bits in multiplier. The counter is decremented by 1 after forming each partial product. Initially, if it is 5, after first operation, it would become 4. Later, it would become 3. Like that, it would be decrementing after each step. Initially, the multiplicand is in register B and the multiplier is in Q. In B, you have multiplicand. The sum of A and B forms the partial product, which is transferred to EA register. EA register holds the partial products. What is a partial product? When you perform the sum of first 2 numbers that you obtain, that is partial product. And both the partial product and multiplier are shifted to the right. Partial product and multiplier, both are shifted to the right. The shift is denoted by SHR EAQ to designate the right shift. We learned that we have to perform right shift of the partial product as well as of the multiplier. And all these flip-flops denote the sign bits, QS, AS, PS. These 3 are sign bits. This one is complementer and parallel adder. If it is negative number, you have to take complement of it. Understanding the process in the flowchart is quite important to know the step-by-step procedure. Multiply operation begins with multiplicand in B and multiplier in Q. Let us take again the same number. Right, we will take the same number, this 23 and 19. Multiplicand is 23, multiplier is 19. In B register, it is multiplicand, which is 23, which is 10111. And multiplier is 19, which is in Q register. It is 19 and it is 10011. 16 plus 3, 19. All right. You store the numbers in multiplicand and multiplier. In multiplicand, it is 23. In multiplier, it is 19. AS, QS. AS is set to the sign bit of QS XOR with BS. What is QS? QS is multiplier. It can be minus 19. All right, when it is minus 19, that QS sign and multiplicand sign, if it is minus 23, then what happens here? It gives you 0. AS would be 0. If it is minus 19 plus 23, it gives 1. So AS would be 1. And QS is the sign of the multiplier, which is QS XOR BS. All right. Same. If it is plus 23 minus 19, it would give 1. If both are plus plus, it would give 0. If both are minus minus, it would give 0. If it is plus minus, it would give 1. If it is minus plus, it would give 1. Here it gives 1, 1, 0, 0. And that values will be stored in AS and QS. A is initialized to 0, E is initialized to 0. SC is n minus 1. SC is sequence counter. It is initialized to the number of bits in the multiplier. Qn. What is Qn? Qn is the rightmost bit in the queue. This one. This Qn is the rightmost bit. First it is 1. If it is 1, what it has to do? It has to obtain the partial product. Means it has to take the sum of A and B. What is A? A is 0. A is initially 0. And what is B? B is multiplicand, which is 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. EA is 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. This is E is 0, A is this. E, A. If it is 1, all right. If it is 1, it is added. And then right shift EAQ. EAQ right shift means EAQ. E is 0, A is 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Q is 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. When you perform right shift, what happens? This would be 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. This 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, then 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. This one is, you are taking it out. This one will go out. Then this one would come here. These 2 zeros, this one and this one. This is SHREAQ. All right, students, we shall continue this in tomorrow's class. You also go through it once and come. I'm stopping now.